Thank you for clicking on to my channel or this video. I'm Shakaama. Before we begin, I would like for you to, the first 1,000 people to click the thumbs up or thumbs down, doesn't matter. Say anything in the comment, doesn't matter what you say. You can say, Shakaama, you are the most handsome person. I went out yesterday and so I have long natural dreadlocks, like they're not formed by a beautician. So I get a lot of people coming up to me saying I'm Jamaican, Rastafarian, what have you, right? So yesterday I got as much attention from men as I did from women. I'm 6'2", muscular. I have a tiny belly, but it was very funny. Anyway, the reason for this video, I want to draw your attention to, and I want you to be made aware of, CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. And I want to say this categorically. I've already looked at all of the information, and everybody involved who is an expert in the field have all said, and if somebody says this is not the case, they are leading you astray, or they're trying to. So the central bank is not going to pay me. They never will pay me. They will never do anything that's going to benefit me whatsoever. A digital currency where they convert dollars into the digital currency, and then you walk around with a digital card and you pay for things with your digital card and currency, is now going to be the norm. And I want to draw your attention to something like 6 or 7 central banks in Europe are issuing or formulating a digital currency. Well, they will do the same thing. It's about power. It is not about money. It is not about ease of use. It's not about any of those things. Right now, as it stands in the United States, we have physical dollars, debit cards, which is directly attached to your bank account, and which is an electronic form of a check, checks, physical checks, and credit cards. This is the only time in history that we have way more options to access money than ever before in the history of the world. The idea that a central bank is going to issue digital currency means that it will eradicate all banks. That the central bank in the United States will control the entire system. Let me repeat that. Your local bank will cease to exist because you have your card from the central bank with digital currency on it. Your central bank, for some of you, that you walk in and the girls go, "Hi, Mr. Johnson. Oh, how you doing? Nice weather we're having." That will cease to exist. That will not be a thing. No bank deposits, boxes, none of that. Cease to exist. There will be no local banks at all. Now, the institutional banks and the industrial banks, those will still be a thing because they're doing something completely different. All business loans, all of that sort of stuff, that will probably be handled directly through the institutional banks, which are directly tied to the central bank. Again, mom-and-pop banks will cease to exist. Well, you already saw this with the mortgage crisis because the mortgages were immediately sold to the big institutional banks, and so the big institutional banks had papers with thousands of mortgages on them, and when that collapsed, it also collapsed all of the thousands of mortgages, and then we had the crisis. That's what happened. When it became centralized and we became very few players in the field, and the few players in the field had all of the paper for all of the mortgages, when they were wheeling and dealing and went under, it crashed all the mortgages too. That's what happened. That's what happens when you have very few options. Right now, we have the most options ever in money. If you want me to do a full video and report on this, I will do it. Of course, you have to like or dislike, a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and leave a comment. Thank you.